It makes my questions grow too large, and I feel that I run far. My memory fails me right. I get enslaved to my own mind. Forgetfulness of your grace drags me around for miles until I see the corner of your smile. Oh, you were good to me before I knew your name. Your grace freed me from a selfish pain. I was lost and I felt the need for you. How could I ever leave? 'Cause you've captured my heart in ways I didn't know I could be captured. Oh, you've captured my heart in ways I didn't know I could be captured.
It is June 7th, I think, and we have been here almost a week. Crazy. And it's been insane. It has been so rewarding. It's been very heartbreaking. It's been a blessing. It's been adventurous. So many things. So getting here was already an adventure. We were about 2 hours into our flight to Brussels, and we did a U-turn back to DC because toilets weren't working on the plane. So we did a U-turn 2 hours back to DC, ran to the Brussels Airlines counter, trying to figure out what to do. Can we get on our flight? Because if it was just me, it's like I can kind of figure out my own thing. But when there's 24 people, we have to worry about getting a hotel room, sleeping in the airport. Are we getting on a plane tomorrow? What's the deal? It was stressful. Not really for me because I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there. But definitely stressful for our leaders. But they did such a great job. Deb ended up talking to the airline. They got all 24 of us hotel rooms and tickets on a flight for tomorrow, for the next day, not tomorrow, the next day at 7 p.m. So we got to go to a hotel, have a great night rest, which was so good because before that we were in DC going nonstop with group time, going to museums and talking about this, briefing at IJM and just a lot. So it was really great just to have that time just processing, you know? So we wake up the next morning, we head to the airport, we check in, which took forever. We finally get through TSA, and by the time we had checked in, went through TSA, and got to our gate, it was time to go. So we boarded our plane, got on, and made it to Brussels, which is super awesome. And then we landed in Brussels, and thankfully we were at the gate we were supposed to be at, which was I think a God thing, because we got off and got on the next plane. Literally probably only waited in a line to get my ticket checked for a half hour. We literally just got on the next plane. I also have a stain on my white shirt, which is really annoying. So yeah, then we got on the next plane and we landed in Ghana. So that was a lot of the physical things that were happening and the actual life things. But there were a lot of emotional things that happened during those 24 hours. The first time we were on the plane before I did a Yui, I sat in my chair and I was this is really happening. I'm really going to see these kids. And then I woke up right before we were going to land in Accra, and I look out of the window and I saw Volta. And it was just a really surreal moment. Sorry. I was flying over a lake where I knew kids were being trafficked. I'm flying in the air as I drink like a Coca-Cola. Well, kids don't even know when their next meal is gonna be. And it just kind of made me feel guilty about it. But then the Lord just reminded me, like, yeah, Rebecca, you're sitting on a cozy chair in a plane with a Coca-Cola in your hand. Underneath you there are thousands of people being trafficked. But you're doing something about it, and that's all you can do.
When I can't see what's in front of me, and I can't see what's behind, Lord, I know that every step you lead is pulling me deeper, deeper in the light. So I let go of my uncertainty, grab hold of your hand.
I really want to talk about today on how amazing this past week was with giving the kids the soccer boots, is what they call them, the cleats. It was such a beautiful experience, and the only way I can explain it is like how, like, just to explain how precious it was is I just like pray every day that, like, Lord, like, I pray that I never lose the sight of those kids just having joy and warmth beam off their face when they saw those cleats come out of the suitcase. And every time one of the kids came out, we're cheering and clapping for them, and just seeing them in those shoes that the Lord provided. None of us bought them. They were all donated by Nike. The kids had been praying that the Lord will provide them with soccer boots, and here they are walking in them. It was amazing. It was truly amazing because it was like they were stepping into the life that God wants for them. They were stepping into shoes that God provided that was covering, not just covering, but saying, you're not your scars. You're not the pain that was on your feet. You're not the pain that's in your heart. Look what I can provide for you. It was just so beautiful. I know it's so cheesy, but seeing them step into those shoes was seeing them step into a new life that didn't revolve around.
Your glory will forever be around. Oh, 'cause you are the light that's shining down, shining down. Oh, you are the light that's shining down, shining down. And even in the darkest place, you illuminate. And all of my fears give way to radiant grace. Cause you
Hi.
No, that's his child too. I had a child once.
So everybody, welcome. We're at Kakum National Park/Forest. Becca's scared of the canopy walk, but she's living. We're here for it.
She didn't have to call me out like that, you know?
Lord, I know that every step you lead is pulling me deeper, deeper in the light. So I let go of my uncertainty and grab hold of your hand. 'Cause with you I can walk on stormy seas, and the waves will bring me safely to.
So, we just finished our third week up with the kids. It is Wednesday, June 19th, so we have about 10 days left here in Africa before we get on the plane and board to go back to the States. Shaw, did you want to be in my video? Shaw!
Shaw, dude.
Shaw, dude!
I was getting chocolate from my friends.
Yo. Look at these bags. They're real. Yeah, so it's June 19th, which means we are 10 days away from boarding our plane and heading back to the States, which is exciting, terrifying, heartbreaking, sad, all these different crazy emotions all into one. At first, when we got here, I feel like I really couldn't and didn't want to connect with the kids because I knew there was going to be a goodbye. Realizing it was just because of my own fears, even though like I was constantly praying and having people pray for me, like I want to interact with these kids like Jesus would. And it really wasn't until this week that it felt like that I was actually being connected to them and enjoying my time with them and not thinking like, yeah, there's going to be a goodbye, but this is bringing healing for a lifetime. But this week was a really good week. There's this one kid, he is 14 years old. He probably looks about 10 because of just how malnourished he was. And so that was really hard when I found out that he was 14. Then I'm also teaching him the ABCs and how to subtract by twos. But he has made such great progress. Sorry. And I wish I could just take him with me back home. He is such a determined little boy. It was really great. And then on Tuesday, he came back up to me again, and we sat down and we were learning. And this time we had gone through the alphabet. G and J are like the hardest letters for him. He was doing G's, but then he was like doing it like a 6. And I was like, no, you know that's not a G. And he would look at it, we would laugh over it, and we probably wrote a G 15 times before he got it. But it was worth it, and I really knew that like the patience that I had and the care that I had for him was all from the Lord. Because I don't know where that patience came from. But there was just something about just sitting there next to him, teaching him how to do a G that I was completely at peace with and I loved doing. Then we did H and I, and he had those down pat. Then we got to J, and he would do his J's instead of up and down. He would do them completely sideways, over and over and over again. So we probably did J's at least 25 times, like I'm not exaggerating. And then we turned J's into a 3-stroke letter, down, and then a little swoop, and then across. And then yesterday we go out to the field all the time, every day after lunch, and they like play soccer or something. And when we were walking back, because the university students were gonna go home for the day, he came up and grabbed my hand and walked all the way back from the field to the bus with me. And it was just such a simple moment. And so then we were all messing around before getting on the bus, and he was on the back of one of the university students. And he looks at me and he goes, Auntie Becca. It just really warms my heart. Because I didn't think I was going to make a difference at all on this trip. And knowing that when he knows my name too, said that. So that was really rewarding. And then today we were doing the ABCs again, going through it, and it only took him 2 tries to get a G, and it took him 3 tries to get a J. And it just meant the entire world to me, because it meant he was learning. it just really hurts my heart that one day I'm not gonna be there to see him do them both on his first try. It's just really gonna be hard to say goodbye to these kids. I just want to know what happens to him, you know? But I can only put it in God's hands. But he is such a joy and such a light. I would miss that. He's definitely gonna be in my heart forever. He's just made such an impact on me. So I'm just thinking that there's only 3 days left at the aftercare center next week. I wish I could be there every day. Yeah, so that's my update. Quick little update. We are going back to IJM Ghana today, and it is June 20th. It is Friday. Yeah, we just got ready. We have to look a bit nicer than like gym shorts and stuff. So, yeah, so we're getting ready to go do that. I'm really excited. They're gonna have like pizza and stuff, and it will be just a great time to like connect more with IJM Ghana, learn about what they do and all that. I'm really excited, and it's just really sweet of them to host us like a goodbye thing, a little party, because we leave in a week. I'm not gonna start crying in this one, but it feels like I just got here, and now we're going to a goodbye party, and it's just like, what? I want to stay, I want to learn more, I want to know more about all of you, I want to see more kids. So yeah, really excited, and I haven't done a lot of updates on like how the evangelism aspect of this trip has been, but it's been very interesting. But for me, I'm a very relational person, and it was just really hard for me to just knock on doors and be like, Jesus, and it's like, I want to know you, and I want to be able to show you how the Lord fits in personally to you. And this trip has really been great with that. So we have been knocking on doors, but hear me out, it's a lot different than it was when I did it the first time. We're at a college campus, and we're knocking on their dorms, and Ghanaians are just so welcoming. They have been like, please come back tomorrow, so, because I'm studying right now, but I really want to talk to you. So, or some were like, yes, come in, and we would come in and we'd sit down. Yesterday, Brittany and I had the opportunity to talk with one student for 2 hours about Ghana, about this is what it's like when you live in one house with 10 girls. Anyways, we just talked about Ghana, the history, we talked about presidents, we talked about when they got their independence, we talked about how like the north of Ghana and the south of Ghana are kind of different, and like how they go about connecting the two and uniting, and this whole idea is Africa as one, and then we talked about the spiritual aspect of how Ghana is a very Christian nation, and compared it to the US, and it was just like, it was so eye-opening. She was so bright, such a beautiful young woman, and it was just great. A lot of the questions I had were answered. She talked to me and she said, you know, it was only 60 years ago we gained independence from the British. It's only been 60 years we've been doing this on our own, and that in the 70s and 80s, if women had their thigh showing, they would get caned in the streets, or they would get 6 whips across their butt. So they've made it a long way. Education is now free up to university level. Free healthcare, clean water. So they have made a lot of progress, especially since now women aren't being caned. And she said, yeah, like we do long for a better Ghana, but it's happening. It's just gonna take some time. So yeah, getting ready to go to IJM. We're line dancing and country swing dancing for the Ghanaians, so can't wait. I'm actually really excited to go back to Virginia and be like, I can swing dance in my cowgirl boots, watch out. So it'll be really funny. I also been thinking, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these videos. I'll figure it out. Bye. from Ghana. It's still so crazy to me that I'm even in Africa. Can't believe it. Can't believe my time here is done. But my work is not done. This trip has motivated me more to fight for justice. It's motivated me more to talk. It's motivated me more to go to more countries, to meet more people, to get more work done. I've never cried so much until I came on this trip. A lot of them, yes, sad tears. A lot of them were good tears, joyful tears, tears of disbelief that I'm actually here. So, the only way I can explain how I'm feeling, how I felt when I left the kids on Wednesday was, so the first time I saw the kids, I saw them from a distance through a window. And I just remember seeing them pile out of the building. And in that moment, just feeling my whole entire heart shatter. Like, I literally thought my whole entire heart just shattered or was just ripped out of me. And now getting to know the kids. It's been so amazing. And then on the last day, they were so great. So great. I thought, because my heart shattered, I already was as broken as I could get, and then I said goodbye. And it completely broke me more, which I didn't think was possible. But yet I've never felt so complete all at the same time. I don't know what that means. I don't know how else to explain it. The work here was so good. It's motivating me to do more, but injustice is so real and it makes me so mad. Alright, so I'm in the airport, went through security, went through all of that. We're currently sitting at Beans and Cream. It's this cute little coffee house little thing in the airport. And this peach iced tea, I mean, it's not as good as like Southern peach iced tea, but it's definitely up there. Like, it's making me think of America and like coming home, and that's a reality. And I had a piece of pizza, and it was probably the best one we've had in Ghana. Still, like, you know, it's not that Italian modern pizza, so now I'm getting a tiramisu, and I had my San Pellegrino, and I had a blueberry muffin. I have one for the plane, just because I had extra per diem, and I was like, I'm not gonna exchange this money back to US dollars, because it would, with fees and stuff, it really wouldn't be worth it. So I'm indulging at the airport, and we board in a little bit, so that's the tea. Alright, update. We're in freaking Brussels. I feel like vomiting everywhere. I got another San Pellegrino, and I have euros now because they don't give change back in American dollars. Here are my friends.
Paid $4 for water.
Hey, landed in America.
Hey, Becca's phone. What's up? I'm Becca now. We're back from Ghana. Signing off.
How are we feeling about this ice cream?
I'm in love. I'm feeling freaking good.
So I'm just gonna do a quick update, like super quick. Whoa, so it's our last night in DC. I haven't done an update in like a hot minute, I feel like. But I go home tomorrow and get on the train. It's really just been a freaking amazing trip, and going to HQ and a Ghana and just like the reality of everything has been great. So yeah, I'm packing up and talking to my phone as people walk in. And yeah, that's the update.
Attention Amtrak passengers. All passengers arriving off train 176 that were holding 18. On track 4 is the CT rail.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good.